Assalamu alaikum. This is Gayoor Ahmad with a lesson for 10th class. Hello and welcome. Dear friends, today we will be discussing punctuation from the lesson Footprints Without Feet. So friends, let's first of all see what is punctuation. Dear friends, punctuation is the use of symbols not belonging to the alphabet of a written system to indicate aspects of intonation and meaning not otherwise conveyed in the written language. Or we can say punctuation, or sometimes also called interpunction, is the use of spacing, conventional signs called punctuation marks, and certain typographical devices as aids to understand the text and read it correctly. Friends, punctuation helps us in interpretation and division of text into sentences, clauses, etc. Punctuation is vital to disambiguate the meaning of sentences. For example, consider these pairs of sentences. First pair: woman without her man is nothing. Woman without her man is nothing. Second pair: let's eat Nany and let's eat Nany. Third pair: eats shoots and leaves and eats shoots and leaves. Friends, the two sentences in every pair have different or even contrasting meaning. The sharp differences in meaning are produced by the simple differences in punctuation. Let us see how. Consider the first pair again. A woman without her man is nothing. Here, man goes with without her and makes a phrase. It is separated by a comma from is nothing. And therefore, woman without her man is nothing emphasizes the importance of men to women. On the other hand, woman without her man is nothing. Man goes with is nothing and makes a phrase which is separated from without her by a comma. Therefore, woman without her man is nothing emphasizes that man is nothing without woman, and the emphasis is on the importance of women to men. Similarly, the second pair, let's eat Nany. Nany is separated from the rest of the sentence by a comma and therefore is the nominative of address. It means that the writer or speaker is addressing Nany and suggesting her that they should eat something. On the other hand, in the sentence, let's eat Nany, Nany is not separated from the rest of the sentence and therefore is the object to the verb eat. Hence, the action of the verb is done on Nany. Therefore, it means that the writer or speaker is suggesting someone that they should eat Nany. And friends, is it possible? No. Third pair, eats shoots and leaves. Here, eats is the verb and shoots and leaves are nouns, making the compound object of the verb. This means that the subject consumes plant growths, that is, leaves and shoots, etc., are eaten by the subject. While as eats, shoots, and leaves, these three words are equivalent as they are separated from one another by commas. Therefore, they belong to the same part of speech. Here, they are verbs. And this means that the subject first eats something, then fires a weapon, and then leaves the scene. This can have yet another denotation: eats shoots and leaves. Here we have two verb phrases. Eats and leaves are the verbs, while shoots is noun, object of the verb eats. And the meaning can be that the subject first eats shoots of plants and then leaves the scene. Now consider this Urdu sentence: Utho mat baitho. Without punctuation, it is difficult or even impossible to understand whether to sit or to stand. But if punctuated properly, utho, mat baitho, comma after utho, the person has to stand and not to sit, while if the punctuation mark is after mat, utho mat baitho, comma after mat, the person does not have to stand but to sit. This all shows the importance of punctuation marks. And dear friends, there are 15 punctuation marks commonly used in English. Capital letters can also be included, and the 15 punctuation marks are full stop, question mark, exclamation point, comma, colon, semicolon, dash, hyphen, parenthesis, brackets, braces, apostrophe, quotation marks, ellipsis, slash, and capital letters. Although capital letters are not included in the punctuation marks, but then these are very important as far as the overall process of punctuation is concerned. Now friends, let's discuss the punctuation marks one by one, what they are and where they are used. First of all, full stop. Dear friends, full stop is also called the period. It is the longest pause and the most commonly used punctuation mark. Analysis of texts indicates that approximately half of all punctuation marks used are full stops. And dear friends, let's see the uses of full stop, that is, where full stop is used. The full stop is used at the end of sentences. Friends, the main use of full stop is to mark the end of a sentence to show that the statement is completed. For example, I am a teacher. He is reading a book. You have not completed the assignment. Number 2, full stop is used after abbreviations and initials. Dear friends, we often shorten words or abbreviate them, and most often full stops are used to show that we have omitted some letter or letters of a word. For example, PROF full stop for professor, APPROX full stop for approximately, ETC full stop for etc., I full stop E full stop for that is, E full stop G full stop for example, and AM and PM for antimeridiem and postmeridiem, with full stops after both letters in either case. These are generally written in small letters. And then AD and BC, Anno Domini and before Christ, full stop after both the letters in either case. These are usually written in small capital letters, but if small capitals are not possible, then normal capitals will also do. The full stop is also used after the initials. For example, Mr. Gayoor A. Bhat. A stands for Ahmad, is the initial and is followed by a full stop. Similarly, Mr. A. H. Fani. A stands for Abdul and H for Hamid. These are the initials and are followed by full stops. Similarly, UK and USA are the place names, names of countries, United Kingdom and USA, United States of America, full stop after every letter. But nowadays, initials without full stops and even without spaces, if all the letters are initials, are gaining popularity and are being used more and more. Thus, Gayoor A. Bhat without full stop and UK and USA without full stops and even without spaces are in vogue now. Dear friends, it is to be noted that as far as abbreviations are concerned, the British usage favors omitting the full stop in abbreviations which include the first and the last letters of a single word. For example, Mr. is made up of MR. See the spelling of the word Mr., M-I-S-T-E-R. the first letter is M and the last letter is R. These two combine to form the abbreviation. And in British usage, full stop is avoided in such abbreviations. Similarly, Mrs. abbreviation MRS, Ms. abbreviation MS, Doctor abbreviation DR, and Saint abbreviation ST. These are all made of at least first and the last letter of the words, and therefore full stop is not used after them. My dear friends, full stop is also used after commands and indirect questions. For example, open the door, pick up the eraser from the floor. These are commands. And he asked what my name was, and I asked him if he had finished his homework. These are indirect questions. And full stop is used after them. Full stop is also used after serial numbers in numbered, vertical or display, and bullet lists. For example, I have to buy the following items: notebooks, pencils, pens, and erasers. This is a vertical list or a bulleted list in which the items have been numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and full stops are used after the numbers. Friends, the items in a vertical list, also called a display list, are capitalized, but then it is a matter of choice. We may also choose to put a comma after each item or not, but if we use commas, then we have to put a period after the last item. For example, I have to buy the following items: notebooks, pencils, pens, and erasers. We see the items are numbered and numbers have full stops after them, but then we have used a comma after every item, after notebooks, pencils, and pens. And if we do so, that means if we use commas after the items, then we have to use a full stop after the last item. So, erasers, full stop. Friends, note that we use parentheses around the numbers, no periods after the numbers though, when using a run-in list. For example, we have 3 items to discuss. Number 1, reopening of schools. Number 2, safety of children. And number 3, compensating academic loss. Here, we use semicolons to separate the items, whether they are expressed as fragments or full sentences. Dear friends, run-in lists are incorporated into sentences as opposed to vertical lists that stand apart from the surrounding sentences. My dear friends, full stops are also used in website addresses and email addresses. For example, www.dsek.in and www.cbsbbc.nic.in. These are the website addresses, and gayoorab@gmail.com and abchmw25@gmail.com. These are email addresses. And dear friends, in these website addresses and email addresses, the full stop is pronounced as dot, www.dsek.in. Full stop is also used as decimal point. For example, 1.35, 56.238, and 0.1523. Here the full stop is pronounced as point. Friends, remember that the part after the decimal point is not read as a number but as digits. So 1.35 is not pronounced as 1.35. Remember, it is 1.35. Similarly, 56.238 is incorrect. The correct one is 56.238. And similarly, 0.1523. Friends, full stop is not used at the end of, number 1, direct questions. For example, what is your name? This is a direct question and we do not use full stop after it. Similarly, have you finished your homework is a direct question and full stop is not used after it. Full stop is also not used after exclamations. For example, hurrah, We won the match. This is an exclamatory sentence, and therefore full stop will not be used after it. Friends, that's all for now, but we will be back with another lesson to discuss the remaining punctuation marks. And till then, it is goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.